They say if a black cat crosses your path, death lurks close behind. But what if the real curse wasn't the cat? It was us all along. Beneath the moonlight of medieval Europe, when shadows whispered and torches burned low, a quiet superstition began to spread, one that would stain centuries with blood, witch hunts, and paranoia. The black cat, once a sacred guardian of the underworld, would become a harbinger of evil, its silky fur seen not as beauty but as an omen. This is the story of how an innocent animal became the world's most misunderstood monster. Long before Europe's witches were burnt and black cats were drowned in wells, these sleek creatures were worshipped as divine. In ancient Egypt, cats were sacred to Bastet, the goddess of protection, pleasure, and the home. Her temples were filled with cats draped in gold collars, adored by priests and peasants alike. Killing a cat, especially a black one, was punishable by death, a crime against the gods themselves. When a family cat died, Egyptians mourned by shaving their eyebrows, wrapping the feline's body in linen, and burying it with honors fit for royalty. To them, black cats weren't symbols of doom. They were guardians who would walk between worlds, protect homes from spirits, and carry messages to the gods. But everything changed when the ancient world fell and Christianity began to rise. What was once divine would soon be declared demonic. By the early Middle Ages, Europe was crawling with fear. Disease, famine, and death stalked the land. People needed something, someone to blame. As Christianity spread, it declared war on all things pagan. The gods of old became devils. The symbols of protection were twisted into omens of sin, and the black cat, whose dark coat was once a mark of divinity, became the perfect scapegoat. Priests began whispering that cats, especially the black ones, were companions of witches, familiars of Satan, and shapeshifters who prowl the night. Their silence, their gleaming eyes, their ability to move unseen, it felt all too unnatural. By the 13th century, these fears were sanctified by the church itself. In 1233, Pope Gregory IX issued a papal decree called Vox in Rama, which described black cats as incarnations of the devil. The document claimed heretics worshipped a demonic cat, kissing it under the tail in blasphemous rituals. It was the first time in history a religious institution had officially condemned the black cat. The effect was immediate and horrifying. Villages began rounding up cats by the dozens. People beat them, burned them, or hanged them on festival days to purify their towns. Black cats in particular were targeted, thought to bring misfortune or disease. When the Black Death struck Europe in the 14th century, wiping out nearly half the population, the panic reached its peak. The irony? The plague was spread by fleas carried by rats. But because cats had been slaughtered, the rats multiplied unchecked. In trying to destroy evil, humanity had summoned its own doom. In France, Germany, and England, witches were said to keep cats as familiars, magical creatures that helped them cast spells or spy for the devil. If a woman was old, lived alone, and owned a cat, especially a black one, she was marked for death. During witch trials, cats were often buried or burned alive alongside their owners. The screams of women and cats merged in the flames, their ashes scattered together, victims of the same madness. The bond between women and cats became one of the most damning signs of witchcraft. In the darkness of medieval superstition, the idea spread that witches could transform into black cats at night, slipping through keyholes, stealing souls, or riding broomsticks to secret gatherings. Tales circulated of cats appearing just before mysterious deaths, or glowing eyes watching from the shadows, of creatures that could not be killed no matter how many times they were struck. A cat seen near a sick person's bed was said to be drawing out their life. One crossing your path, it was a curse. Yet behind these myths was something more tragic. Women who dared to be independent were often the ones accused. Their cats were their companions, their comfort, their protectors. But in a society terrified of female power, that companionship was seen as proof of unholy alliance. The black cat became the face of witchcraft. and witchcraft became punishable by death. By the 1600s, these dark beliefs had crossed the ocean. In Puritan New England, settlers carried their fears with them, building a new world haunted by the same old superstitions. In Salem, Massachusetts, where paranoia burned hotter than reason, even the meow of a cat could send shivers down a spine. Witnesses claimed to see black cats vanish in puffs of smoke or appear on the shoulders of accused witches. One woman, Sarah Good, was said to have a cat named Familius that appeared in spectral form during her trial. When the hangings began in 1692, cats were not spared. Many were killed alongside their mistresses, because if the woman was guilty, surely her animal was too. By then, the association between witches and black cats were cemented forever, a superstition that survived long after the last witch trials ended. So why do black cats still prowl Halloween decorations perched on pumpkins and moonlit fences? Because the legend of their evil never died, it merely changed shape. In Victorian times, when Halloween became evolving into the spooky holiday we know today, folklore blended with fun. The black cat, long feared, became a convenient symbol, mysterious, magical, and a little dangerous. Artists drew them arching their backs beside witches. Storytellers made them omens and ghost tales. In the early 20th century, postcards and advertisements for Halloween often showed wide-eyed black cats with witches, broomsticks, and cauldrons, a visual inheritance from centuries of fear. And yet, even in modern times, superstition lingers. Animal shelters across the US and Europe often refuse to adopt out black cats in October, fearing that some people still use them for ritual sacrifice or cruel pranks on Halloween night. A shadow of medieval darkness still haunts the present. In truth, the black cat's only sin was being misunderstood. Throughout history, these animals have been symbols of everything humans fear: the unknown, the night, the feminine, the independent, the mystical. They were punished for traits society couldn't control or comprehend. But some cultures never forgot their magic. In Japan, black cats are said to bring good luck to single women, helping them attract kind suitors. In Scotland, a strange black cat on your porch foretells prosperity. Sailors once believed that a black cat aboard ship would calm storms and ensure a safe voyage home. Even today, many believe that black cats are protectors, not of evil but against it. Their dark coats absorb negative energy, their silence keeps secrets safe. Perhaps they were never cursed at all. Perhaps they were the guardians they were always meant to be, watching us, quietly forgiving, waiting for us to remember. Next time you see a black cat slip across your path under the pale October moon, don't flinch, look closer. Those golden eyes might be staring not at you, but through you, remembering every century of fire, every scream, every whispered curse that humans once spoke in fear. Because if you listen closely on Halloween night, you might just hear them whisper back. And if you do, don't turn around.